Hello, magical people, and welcome back to Beyond Crystals here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. My name's Meg Moonbeam, and I'm here with my Scorpling sister, Sunny from Pluto. How's it going, Sunny?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm
Hi,
good. I'm
everyone.
feeling the energies of this full moon in
Yeah.
Sagittarius we have exact today.
hmm
Have you been feeling it?
I guess so, in like different kinds of ways. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like Eight of Wands energy for sure.
Which one's the Eight of Wands?
It's a tarot card that has like all the wands on it.
Oh, okay.
It just has wands on it.
Oh, just wands on it.
Yeah.
With the like
they're like
shooting down.
they're like horizontal.
Oh, cool.
Like the horizontal ones.
Interesting. Eight of Wands.
Fast movement, lots of things going on at once.
Yeah.
Could be good, could be bad. Just a lot of movement.
A lot of
in
movement.
different areas.
Yeah, I've definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, I've been feeling that too. Like it's just a lot happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. We are Meg and Sunny from Beyond Mystic and the scorplingshop.com. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic channels. And also go check out Carla over at Ascension Orgonites, her Father's Day giveaway sale, valid until June 15th, and the winners will be announced on June 17th. You can use the code Father's Day to get 25% off on Orgonite, the Shungite, all those magical things over there. So yeah, Sunny, before we get into our topic of today, which is we're getting into the crystals for the earth signs, we're in episode 2 of this new weekly show that we're doing. And this month, to start off, we're talking about crystals for each of the signs. How are you just doing overall in life with the current energies? You were talking about you're really feeling the Eight of Wands. You're feeling a lot happening all at once. Anything that you just feel like sharing of the current energies, how you're dealing with it, things you're feeling intuitively?
Honestly, like it's so much. I don't even know what kind of insight that I would have to share right now because there's just a lot happening. But like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's good to be busy, and also there's an air of opportunity. So I feel like things are moving fast because there's new opportunities arising, and it's like teaching you, or for me at least, how I can step up to the plate when certain things arise, and how to be more spontaneous, and how to be like going with the flow and being busy. My life has gotten increasingly busier over the past 2 years, but in the past like month, it's very, very busy. I'm living life for sure.
Yeah, you're living life to the fullest. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been noticing, like, and I've said this many times on the shows recently, but highs and lows, like moments where I'm feeling really good, I'm really excited, I'm feeling really inspired and energized, and then other moments where I'm extremely tired, like feeling almost exhaustion to the point of where I can't even do anything, and just feeling like there's so much going on, I don't even know where to start, how to integrate it all. So
Yeah, I feel similar. Actually, the fatigue thing I dealt with the end of last week and the beginning of this week for sure. Sleeping kind of a little bit weird. One day I'll sleep like so heavily all throughout the night, and then the next day I'll be like wired and not be able to sleep, and then feel really tired. And I've noticed that everyone that I'm talking to is feeling the same way.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, well, we've got very intense astrology with this full moon and also solar flares happening. The Schumann resonance very high. So we're just getting hit in every direction here. And we want to, before also we get into the crystals for the earth signs, you guys, Sunny and I want to give a big thank you, really big thank you to everyone that has made a recent purchase over on the Scorpling shop since the launch of our astrological crystal kits. We've been inundated with orders, and we're trying our best to, Sunny has been working very hard shipping them all out.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, yeah, I'm working hard to fulfill them. Also, sorry, good news. Canada Post shipping is moving forward, so your orders will be getting to you sooner. And yeah, I've even done some express post for certain people as well.
Oh my god, amazing. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that the strike is over now, totally, or they've just resumed.
The parcels, yeah, they're like negotiating. I don't know. Things change all the time. So I just called today just to make sure. And they said, yeah, parcels are being shipped. So that's good. But it just might not be as quick because they're not working overtime or something. So it's fine for now. And when I said that I'm doing express post for some people, I'm doing express post for people who paid for regular UPS shipping because it's actually faster than the regular UPS shipping and the same price. So and yeah, they'll be going out a large chunk will be going out tonight. So
Okay, amazing. Yay, you guys. So yeah, we're very appreciative for all the support, all the orders with the astrological crystal kits and other things on the site. And we really appreciate your patience at this time. We're an independent business doing this all on our own. So we're trying to get them out to you as fast as possible in an appropriate time frame. And as soon as it gets shipped out, you'll get an email saying that it's been shipped out. So if you have any questions, you can email us at the Scorpling Shop, but just being really mindful, you guys, that we've got a lot of orders, we've got a lot of emails. So also we wanted to say with the discount codes, we've been getting several emails of people that didn't put the discount code in upon checkout, and then they asked for that to be reimbursed after the fact. So if you're going to use the Astro Crystal discount code, please put that in on checkout, so then we don't have to figure out how to reimburse you with that, because it's a little bit complex. But all in all, it's very exciting, isn't it, Sunny?
Yes, it is. And I enjoy it. And I'm having fun wrapping the crystals and playing with them and choosing specific ones. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who's going to get this one. I wonder who's going to get this one. Yeah. I feel like I was going to say something and I forget now. Oh, well.
Is there any other housekeeping thing that we needed to say about?
Yeah, I feel like there might have been.
I feel like there was.
Oh, no.
We talked about Canada Post. We talked about the shipping times. We talked about the discount code. Maybe that was it.
Maybe.
Was that it?
Maybe.
I think so. If not, it'll come to mind. Okay. But yeah, I'm really happy that people are starting to get more into the crystals. Some people have already been into the crystals that got their Astro kits, and some people are completely new to it. So it's very exciting that we're getting people, newbies into it.
I remember. Sometimes the shipping notification email goes into spam, and sometimes if you're also ordering the calendar, sometimes the attachment goes also into spam. So if you ordered a calendar, or if you're wondering where your shipping confirmation is, just every now and then check your spam if you don't get it within, the next few days to week or so.
Yeah. Amazing. So thank you guys so much. And now we're going to get into
it.
what we're here to talk about. Okay, we felt like after last week's first show, we felt like there was so much more that we could have said, and time went by really, really fast. So we're going to be mindful of the time, but yeah, there's so much to say when it comes to the astrology with the crystals, the Christies in general. Before we even get into the Earth sign Sunnies, Sunny, are there any crystals right now that you're really working with? You're feeling really called?
Well, one of the crystals that we're going to talk about today, that's in one of the Astro kits I've been working with for the past month, every night. So should I say it?
Sure. Yeah.
I've been working with jade, which there's a nephrite jade in the Taurus kit. I've been working with, so there's two different, jade is a term for multiple different stones. There's a few different types of jade. The two official ones are nephrite jade and jadeite, and I've been working with both of those. And nephrite jade is in the Taurus kits. I've been working, with this pink tourmaline, but I would say definitely the jade. I've been working with the most, and
wow,
amethyst and Lemurian quartz.
Cool.
What about you?
Nice. Yeah. For me, I've been doing like an afternoon kind of nap, but before I do the nap, I do a meditation, and I've been going back to the amethyst on my third eye, and that's been feeling
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's been feeling, really, really relaxing and supportive and, like, protective as well, because I've been really feeling lately, like, in the dream time or when I'm opening up my energy, like, so sensitive as of late. I think a lot of us have maybe been feeling that, like, more psychic than usual. I feel like the amethyst, even though it opens up the third eye, it's also, like, almost like a third eye shield, I feel like.
Yeah, which amethyst are you using?
It's a little cluster that I got years ago. I've had it for, like, over 10 years. It's
Oh,
like a high grade little cluster.
Oh, is it from Brazil or Uruguay? Is it, like, really dark purple?
It's really dark purple.
Okay, yeah, probably from Uruguay. That's cool.
From Uruguay. Yeah, so I've been really tuning into that. I've been wearing my jujus made by Sunny. The past week, it's been the Tanzanite juju all the way.
That is harmonious with amethyst for sure. It's like a higher vibration of amethyst for sure. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Love it. Awesome. So, yeah, you guys, today we're going to talk about crystals for the earth signs. Last week we talked about the fire signs. So if you missed that, you can go check that out on the Beyond Mystic channel. And the earth signs, of course, are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And the earth signs are feminine signs. Earth is a feminine element along with water. And some of the qualities of earth signs, first of all, slow moving to change. If you think about it, you guys, earth is like the heaviest element, right, that we have. And so earth signs, they tend to do things slower. They can be a little less open to change. But once they get into something, whatever they put their energy towards or manifest, it's long lasting, right? Earth signs do things into the long term. They have the gift of being able to have long lasting energy. Earth signs are about practicality, groundedness, stability, being reliable, also patience, security, common sense, and being responsible. So a lot of basic things that I feel like sometimes with the earth signs, sometimes they get poo-pooed, but it's actually really important things.
Yeah, it's practical. I mean, you need to be grounded. We're in bodies, like,
right.
It's the stuff that it's like the mundane stuff that nobody wants to do, but you have to do it. You have to have the discipline and responsibility and to do it.
Yep, exactly.
Learn from earth signs.
Yeah, DigiBean in the chat says, I have little earth signs in my chart. And that's actually the interesting, DigiBean. That's actually making me think that these astrological kits that we created, you know, even if you're not an earth sign, like for you, for example, DigiBean, not trying to sell this on you, but just using you as an example, if you have like a bunch of fire or air and like no earth at all, actually having one of the earth sign kits is like an astrological remedy to balance out your excess air and fire. Would you agree with that, Sunny?
Yeah, and I really like when you're emphasizing the long-lasting qualities of what earth signs put their minds to or what they work towards, because each crystal kit has one crystal that resonate with things that are long-lasting, things that you need to work with for long periods of time. So I think that's really interesting. They work in the long term. I think that's really interesting.
They work in the long term. And let us know in the chat, you guys, if any of you have major earth sign placements. Do you have any earth sign placements in your chart, Sunny?
Yeah, well, yeah. My south node is Taurus. My Lilith is Taurus. My part of fortune's Taurus.
That's a lot of Taurus.
Yeah, Chiron, Virgo. And then Capricorn, my top aspect is the Uranus-Neptune conjunction in Capricorn.
Very cool. I love that we were born with that aspect in our chart. So freaking cool.
So nothing like totally major, but I mean, those definitely have a effect.
Yeah. None of your, like your sun, moon, or rising or any of the inner planets, but still that you do have some things in the earth signs.
Yeah, like the south node Taurus, it's like I already conquered that, and I've been there, done that. I know how it works. That's why I'm surrounded by the rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Fastness Pegasus says Capricorn rising. Wow. Snowma, I am triple earth.
Wow. steadfast.
Wow. That's powerful. Cool, cool, cool. What else? Yeah, we got some earth sign placements in here. Okay. Ms. Chick says moon and rising Taurus. Nice. You've got an exalted moon in Taurus. That's very, very nice. So, yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start with our Taurus tumbled crystal kit suggestions by Sunny and I for Taurus, sun, moon, or risings, or even if you have like major Taurus placements in the chart, or if you want to call in some of the Taurus ruled areas of life, it's good to work with these crystals as well. Do you want to start us off, Sunny, by talking about some of these crystals?
Sure. Yeah, I really like this combination of crystals. It's very, very Taurian, and it's very lovely. It's very grounding. It's very supportive. So we started with emeralds, and emeralds is a member of my favorite mineral group, which is called beryls. So another example of beryl would be aquamarine, but emerald has been prized for thousands of years, since like the beginning of time. It's in the Bible. It was on it was one of the 12 stones on Aaron, the high priest, his breastplate.
Wow.
Even they said, if this is theorized, but the emerald tablets of Thoth are called the emerald tablets because they were said to be carved on emeralds. I have no idea how they could find emerald that large to carve his writings into, but I mean, anything's possible. And emerald is just like all beryls, but have this quality. They're stones that you can use to make your wishes and dreams come true. They're very spiritual, and they're like high. I'm having a hard time with my words today. I have no idea why, so bear with me, and I'm sorry. But they're very powerful manifestation tools. So for emerald, it's green. It has to do with the earthly realms. It's like a stone that you can use to birth your heart's desires or dreams like into the physical realm. Yeah. All about like royalty, family, love, even mental strength, clarity, and just overall like clarity in your heart and in what you truly desire, what's for your highest good, and bringing it onto the physical plane. So that's why emerald has been associated with like abundance or money or luck for centuries. And it's also one of the most sought after stone even today for jewelry and whatnot. It's also beautiful.
It's very beautiful. When I think about it, I just realized emerald is one of the Christies that I never feel an aversion to, ever. There's times when you work with the crystals, you guys, I'm sure some of you have already experienced this. If you're new to the crystals, you'll probably have this sometimes. There could be something you're really drawn to, and then you're like, yeah, don't feel like working with that for a while. But emerald, I always feel like really comfortable with the energy. Yeah, attracted to the energy of it. It's just supportive.
It is. Have you felt an aversion to aquamarine? I'm just curious.
Not really.
Okay. I wonder if it has anything to do with them being beryls, because beryls are like, they're really powerful tools for ascension and to bring in like the higher knowledge of Atlantis and stuff. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if the emerald tablets were actually carved into emerald.
Oh my God.
Beryls are like up there with like the quartzes. They're one of like the high tier, like really like high priest, high priestess, high vibrational. I don't even know what the word is.
High vibes.
Like I don't even know what the word is. Like mature. I want to say like maturity, but it's not maturity. I don't know. It's just an advanced. It's their very advanced manifestation tools. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Green Eyed Crow in the chat says the Emerald City too. What is that from? The Emerald City.
Is that an Atlantean city, or
that makes me think of the Wizard of Oz? But that's probably
the Wizard of Oz.
Is that the Wizard of Oz?
No, I don't know, but that gives you an inkling. Isn't in the Wizard of Oz? It's called the Emerald City, right?
I think so.
Emerald has a lot to do with higher knowledge too. So again, going back to the tablets, going back to maybe cities being made from emerald, or emerald being a big part of cities, or it being in the breastplate of Aaron, the high priest and prophet in the Old Testament or whatever. Yeah, It's a stone of higher knowledge.
Yeah, people in the chat are saying, yes, it's the Wizard of Oz. Okay, thank you guys.
Yes.
Which very interesting. That's a whole other topic, but yeah, very interesting movie for sure. Lots of
Like
stuff going on
cutting
there.
through illusion. That's what Emerald
Mhm.
definitely can help you with, is the cutting through the illusion and taking away maybe false love that you maybe have in your heart, and taking that away and bringing in what one truly needs, and actually learning what love is, and manifesting from that real place of unconditional, true love, grounded love, earthly love. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah.
So powerful. Cool. So emerald we've got for Tauruses. We've also got Neph.
Sorry, should we show some emerald examples?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bear with me. This is a new concept here, the Christy cam.
The Christy cam.
It might be, is it too dark? Well,
looks okay.
Okay, where's the emerald at? We're lost. Oh no, here it is. Okay, so yeah, so what you guys are getting in the kits are emeralds in matrix, right? Because emerald is a very higher end stone, so the most affordable is emerald in matrix, which they're still very beautiful. But I do have really small examples of really high quality emeralds from Colombia. Colombia is one of the most popular localities for like the really nice high quality emeralds. So
those are so nice. I've never seen emeralds like that before.
They're so tiny, but yeah, it's okay. You can manifest more emeralds with it. That's what I like to do. If I really want an expensive or higher end crystal, I always start like, I buy like a high quality small one to call in high quality bigger ones. It works every time. So
oh my god, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, what else? Sorry, you guys got something going on with the what did I do here? Okay, there we go. And we got the Christy cam there still. So nephrite jade. What's nephrite jade all about? And why does it relate to Taurus?
Oh, well, it's all about longevity. So again, so the Tauruses have a lot of like ancient stones here, which makes sense because Taurus is the earth, right?
Yeah.
And about the body, which could also relate to health. Jade has been used for, again, thousands of years by humans, especially in Europe, South America, New Zealand, but especially in China. I think a lot of us know that it's part of the Chinese culture. They have a lot of jewelry or carvings, or you see lots of Chinese people or even Vietnamese people wearing the jade jewelry. And even samurais had the little Chinese or Japanese coins made out of nephrite jade, because nephrite jade actually has the quality where, like, if they slam together, they make a really high pitched chime. So the samurais would wear them around their waists, and when they were walking, like you would know that they were coming. It was kind of like a warning that they were coming, because you would hear it and it would like echo, like ding ding. Yeah. But anyway, so part of the reason why the Asian culture like love jade so much is because it's all about health. It's all about longevity. It's just an overall well-being on all levels, spiritual, especially through the body and through the health. And Chinese medicine is like a very big part of their culture too, and it's made waves into the Western world, and they take it very seriously. They take their health and their bodies very seriously. Yeah. So jade kind of coincides with that. It makes sense why they're attracted to that stone. Again, another stone about abundance, because your health is your wealth. It's a good fortune. A lot of people say too not to borrow or wear someone else's jade, because it's like part of them and it has their energy on it. I've worn someone else's jade before, but I mean, they were my partner at the time, and I didn't feel anything bad from it. I liked it. It actually felt good. It actually made me feel like more connected to that person, which is interesting, because jade is like a heart stone, and it really connects to your body and like your vibration and where you're at. I mean, I wouldn't wear it if I felt like that person was like super unhealthy, but yeah, I felt like I was like getting a dose of like their vitality and energy. I've noticed so yeah, I've been working with jade. This is one of the stones that I've been working with, like when you asked at the beginning of the show. I've been sleeping with this nephrite jade and
Ooh.
a regular jadeite. Like I said before, there's 2 different kinds of jades.
Yep.
And I've noticed, not recently, but I've noticed in the past, and it still rings true, is that jade is a very powerful dream stimulator. And you wouldn't think about that because it's so grounding, but I guess it makes you feel so safe in your body that it allows you to, I don't know, explore more. It's like, okay, so let's say you put an amethyst under your pillow. Like the dreams that you're having would be maybe more like celestial, maybe not even actually from you in origin. Maybe you're going to different places or realms. Whereas the jade, it actually like, it's like the visions are coming from like your own psyche and your own body. So the things that you're dreaming about are things that are actually needing to be addressed deep within the psyche, which again, that can help with your health or finding answers that you need to improve health. And yeah, it's definitely a stone that you need to work with long term to gain like the long-term health benefits. And that's why people wear jades. They get buried with their jades and they don't allow other people to wear their jades.
That
it's
is
pretty intense. It's like a Taurus. It kind of is like the energy of a Taurus. It's like very immovable. It's like, excuse me, that's mine. Don't touch that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that all the Taurus crystals, emerald, nephrite, jade, rhodonite, that we've put together in the kit, they're they actually feel very much like Taurus. They're not overwhelming. They're not too intense. They're just very, very supportive. And yeah, really good for also like all of them are quite lucky, I think, which Taurus I think is underrated for how lucky it is. Yep. Taurus and Libra, we usually associate Sagittarius as the lucky one, but Taurus and Libra ruled by Venus, the benefic. So, Taurus is all about taking it slow, being in your body, being in the pleasure and the enjoyment to then manifest the abundance, your dream. So, yeah, I love this collection. And also rhodonite, that one's a little bit harder to get your hands on usually than the other 2. Don't you think, Sunny? It's a little bit hit and miss where you look.
It depends. So the rhodonite that we have in our kit is definitely the one that's harder to get because this is Peruvian rhodonite, which I think is the nicest. But there are other types of rhodonites from Madagascar is usually where you would get it. It's like the darker reddish one. It kind of looks, it's like red and black, but these ones are more lighter pink.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is, I think, if I can remember, calcium, aluminum, and silicate mineral. And yeah, these are from Peru. Oh wait, no, that's not wrong. This is a MEG. What's the word? Magnesia. Magnesium, zinc, and iron. Oh my god, my brain is just filled with crystals and minerals. Yeah, so this is another ancient stone, but we don't know too much about it. I mean, at least I don't, because I don't really know a lot about like Peruvian or like Andean culture. But I know that it's been part of their culture for thousands of years, and they've used it to carve stones. It's definitely, when I was feeling it out, when we were making the kits and stuff, I actually like went like, woo, when I picked up these specifically Peruvian rhodonites, I actually had a vision of like little huts. I think they lived in like huts or like made out of stone or like carved into the mountains in Peru. I don't know exactly, but I just seen little huts. And I actually saw like little figurines. I don't know if they were deities carved from these Peruvian rhodonites in people's homes. And they were for protection and for love and for fertility. So if women wanted to have babies or if people wanted to have healthy families, like I got this vision of they would have someone, a stone carver, carve them and bless them a rhodonite carving and have it like in the center of their home.
Wow. That is beautiful. Oh my god.
So Sunny, sorry.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, rhodonite is really beautiful one also for the heart chakra, for any kind of heart issues as well. Really one of the most, I think, soothing and calming Christies, just chills you the heck out, which is very Taurus as well. Just chill out, right? Very anti-anxiety, anti-stress, attracts love and pleasure as well. So beautiful. Murdoch says, I love that red one on the Christie cam.
Oh, yes, we'll be talking about that
We'll be
next.
talking about that very soon. And there was another comment I wanted to bring up here. One second, you guys. CeeLo Joe says, I've seen a lot of jade in parliament buildings. Wonder if Tartarians liked their jade.
Probably because jade is one of the oldest stones that we know of that people have been using since the beginning of time. And I have heard that there's buildings carved out of jade. Like that we actually lived in buildings carved out of jade as well.
Wild. Thank you, CeeLo Joe. Okay, moving on to our Virgos. I always like to talk in a British accent sometimes when we're talking about the Virgo. They've got their shit together. Sometimes. So this is really interesting mix that we've got here for the Virgos. Amazonite, red jasper, prehnite with epidote. Why did Amazonite is one I think people might not expect that we've picked with the Virgos.
Why do you think?
I think because, the color blue, we usually associate Virgo with green, brown, more of the earthy kind of frequencies. But I think it makes a lot of sense. It's a really good one for Virgo, as it's all about the throat chakra, stress relief, also truth. And Virgos they are truth tellers. And they are bullshit detectors, and they see through things. So I feel like Amazonite can really help them with their stress tendencies, their over worrying, speaking their truth in loving ways. Don't mean to diss the Virgos, but sometimes Virgos can be sometimes very critical right off the bat when they're speaking, and that can sometimes throw people off. Let me know what you guys think about that. Some Virgos might not be happy about that. But yeah, I feel like that's a good, almost like remedy one for the Virgos.
Well, I think it's a good remedy. It also strengthens your gifts, their gifts, like you said, and it helps with the stress relief, because I feel like Virgos they're ruled by Mercury, so they're constantly getting all this information, and they're constantly analyzing like everything around them, that it can be very stressful. And if they feel like they're not in control, or if they can't, get to the way clear that they see, they can become overwhelmed for sure. And Amazonite sometimes is a little bit green. I mean, the one that I'm holding right now is blue, but sometimes it is green. Amazonite is a feldspar, so some of them, we talked about feldspar a bit last week, because who had feldspar? Oh, the sunstone was feldspar. You might see some flash in them. Not all of them have it. This one actually has a piece of smoky quartz in it, because Amazonite is found usually with smoky quartz. So that's not uncommon. Yeah, it could be blue, green, turquoise. This is actually Amazonite, like emerald, has also been used to carve ancient writings and as writing tablets as well, because it comes in big masses. So they used it for ancient text in Egypt, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. We've got some Virgos in the chat. They're saying, yeah, I'm a Virgo. Yeah, that's, let's be honest, that's one of the more challenging signs to have astrologically, right? It's very, they're always thinking, they're always analyzing. They can be very critical of themselves and others. And I had a realization, an epiphany about Virgos a few years ago. I forget how, but I have a sister who's a triple Virgo, so maybe it had something to do with that. They are so critical, and they notice everything and the cleanliness of it, because they want to keep the energy clean. That's where it's coming from. So it's not coming from a place of, whoa, is something wrong with them? Like they notice everything and they can be critical sometimes. It's because Virgo is, represented by the Virgin, represented by the healing arts, earth sign. It's all about health and wellness and keeping the energy, purity, right? Cleanliness. So that's where it's coming from. And that gave me a really big, more of an appreciation for the Virgos. I feel like they can get a bad rap sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bajorni says Virgo can be nervous and picky because it was originally ruled by a huge planet with loving people until it was blown up during the Great Wars and is now in the asteroid belt. Interesting. Okay, never heard of that. Yeah, so we've got. Did you want to say something, Sunny?
No, I just said that's interesting.
That's very interesting perspective. Yeah, red jasper. That's one of my most favorite Christies, and I think it makes a lot of sense for Virgo. Really good for health, really grounding, connects you to the earth, right?
Yep.
I think that's one of the essentials.
Yeah.
I would classify that as an essential for sure.
Like, if you're having a bit of a mental breakdown or like a lot of stress, just hold on to a piece of red jasper and lay down and close your eyes and just take some breaths. And it's just like, it's like the earth is holding you, or that you're in red clay being cleansed and supported and, shedding. I feel like it has a lot to do with shedding too.
Mhm.
Very, 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 very earthy. Another stone that was in Aaron's breastplate too, by the way.
Oh, wow.
It is an ancient stone too. We have lots of ancient stone. I mean, all crystals are ancient, but that have been talked about in ancient texts, or have been in lore,
Mhm.
have been ancient artifacts and stuff like that. A lot of these stones. So it's interesting that a lot of the earth signs are getting like these ancient stones that are like very popular amongst like all civilizations throughout
Mm.
the years. It's very interesting.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like yeah, let's bring the Christy camera up. I feel like red jasper, even though it's super grounding and calming, it is kind of like a kundalini activator too at the same time. It is
Yeah.
really activating, which Virgos, I notice they are kind of like that. Their energy is not overwhelming, but when you spend time around Virgos, they can be very activating and very psychic and give very profound insights, but in a super grounded way, kind of like red jasper.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about, again, longevity and endurance. It's very supportive. And again, when we're looking at things that, when we talk about longevity and long term, we accumulate in that long term. We accumulate knowledge. We accumulate
Mhm.
information. We become masters, or we build mastery, I should say. And that's where abundance comes from, I feel like, because it's like more
Mhm.
time spent in the space of working towards your goals or achieving
Yeah,
something. Is That's where the abundance will come in, because it's been around, it's there for the long haul. It's like you're not going to give up.
right. Totally. Blue Star 777 says, "Funny, I have anxiety disorder."
Yeah,
I'm
because Virgos
assuming
are
you
sensitive. It's true. They are
yeah.
sensitive because, like you said, they want to clean everything. They want things to be pure, and
Mhm.
it's all about health, but in a way where they're doing acts of service. So
Yeah.
they constantly feel like they have to be cleaning everything and like healing everything and helping everybody.
Yeah.
Virgos, a lot of the time, like if you need help, a Virgo will help you, or they're usually like caretakers. If you have like a major Virgo or sixth house, you're probably like the one that people look to in your family to like take care of your parents or take care of just the bull crap when shit hits the fan, basically. So yeah,
Mhm.
it makes sense that Virgos have anxiety, because it's like a lot going on and there's a lot on their plate, and there's a lot that they can do with the information that they have, because they're constantly receiving like, okay, this can be done this way, this. So it makes sense. It's a lot of
For
mental
sure.
activity.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have anything in Virgo in my chart, but I've got planets in the 6th house of Virgo, including my sun,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's also looking at the houses where you've got your placements. And I've also, Blue Star, I've had anxiety disorder my whole life. It comes and goes. But
Mm-hmm.
it's from that Virgo, like noticing everything, what's pure, what's not pure, what needs to be done. Am I organized? Am I not organized? It's a lot happening at once. So yeah, it's one of the signs where actually the crystal, and I mean, the crystals can be helpful for all of the signs, but Virgos, I think, can really benefit from carrying some of these Christies, meditating with them, sleeping with them, putting them in your bra. If you're a woman, these are really, really supportive
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Red jasper would be great to sleep with if you're having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
Also, I have my moon in my 6th house, so
Oh, right.
I get it
Yeah,
too.
you've got your moon, Uranus, Neptune, all in the 6th house. Yeah. And prenup with epido.
So this one's interesting. So prenup is more of a rarer stone. I would say maybe it's been a little bit more popular over the years, or more people have heard about it over the years. This is one of my personal pieces. This is a raw piece of epido. So it grows in these botryoidal, like round crystals. And then this is a piece of epido right there. And yeah, so usually they grow together. Sometimes they don't. So keep in mind that with our kits, maybe in the future, it will just be prenup without the epido, but we'll keep you guys all updated with that. Prenup is another stone of longevity, or working with something in the long term and healing something in the long term, getting to the bottom of, like, we have karmic healing written down there. It's like getting to the bottom of each wound, or each lesson, or each thing that you incarnated to heal in this lifetime. So it's a stone that you want to keep with you for long periods of time. I mean, you don't have to have it on you all the time, but if you want to reap the benefits of the prenup, it's something that you would likely should have, or you would like to have with you, or around you, or in your collection for years.
For sure. Yeah. This one is
sorry.
Sorry, say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, it's funny that we have the keyword purity as well. So that was just about prenup, though. Did you want to say something specifically about prenup? Because when the epido is mixed into it, it kind of changes, or it brings another element to the energy of the prenup. Did you
Definitely,
want to say anything? Sorry,
I was just going to say, I was going to bring up a picture of that, but one sec. Yeah, that's one that it's funny because I have a tumbled piece, and it's there. It's in the arena, but I don't, that's for me personally, I've never been like, there's something about it where it's like, okay, that might be a little bit too intense for me at this time, or maybe it's not resonating with me. And that's where it's important, you guys, to listen to what you're feeling. We want to empower you guys to listen to what you're feeling yourself. And maybe there's something that Sunny and I really love, one of our favorite crystals, but you're like not really feeling it. And maybe you even feel a little bit of like a, I don't want to use the word aversion, but I guess I will use the word aversion to it. So for whatever reason, yeah, I kind of have that with that one. Interesting.
Maybe, again, it could be triggering something, because sometimes we're not ready to face certain things, and this one's gonna go real deep. Like, even for me, I mean, I have this little piece here and I keep it on my grid. I like it for grid work right now. But personally, I had like a prenup with epido skull, an alien skull, a few years ago, and I got rid of it because I guess it was like touching on something that I was like, screw this, by which is crazy. Actually, whoa. Okay. Anyways, we won't go down that rabbit hole. But so epido is a green mineral. It's another green mineral. It's aluminum iron, and they grow in tabular prismatic crystals. And you find them a lot with prenups. And then so when the epido meets the prenup, it's funny because yes, it's still, the prenup is like long terms, but the epido, kind of like a rutile a bit, accelerates that process. So it really brings and calls to the attention, like, what is the issue? And you, just because you find what the issue doesn't mean it's going to be healed overnight. So that's where like the prenup would come and actually be more soothing. So I think epido is actually like super intense. It's really intense, and I actually like it paired with the prenup, because the prenup kind of brings it down a little bit. It makes it more tangible. Because if you've never worked with just epido, and you see a piece of epido, it's like, sometimes it's like, whoa. And there are crystals, clear quartz crystals, that have epido included in them, and those are like really intense. But they're great healing. They're great healing tools. They accelerate the issues, and they're really great also for manifesting. So if you want to manifest, health, or if you have like a financial block or something like that, like a money block or a health block, or certain issues with your body or your mental health, like prehnite with the epidote is a really nice, gentle way to like break down those barriers and those triggers. And sometimes we're not ready for that. Or sometimes, another crystal will kind of help us get there first. Like there's different steps that we have to take sometimes. So maybe that's why you're not attracted to it, because there's other things that you're working with now that are actually helping you open the door, the avenue to introduce maybe this crystal into your life if it ever happens.
Yeah. And I am attracted to it, but it's kind of like, don't want to have that on me. Don't want to do meditation with it. And I've had that with other crystals that then I became obsessed with, and I love to be around all the time. So
me too.
So interesting. And yeah, that's a super powerful one for healing, the healing arts.
Yeah. Definitely. That's why we chose it for the Virgo. It's like the snakes, like the Raphael, Archangel Raphael. Raphael. Oh yeah. So another thing too is like, if you don't want to have the crystal on you, like I was mentioning before, this crystal stays on my grid. Like I don't usually have this on me. Sometimes I bring it with me if I'm out in nature, because it really resonates with the energy of nature. So I kind of just like amplify that or do some earth healing with it. But yeah, crystals have different functions. So if you want to utilize that long lasting, karmic healing, generational wound healing, with the prehnite, you can actually just put it into a grid instead of having it on you if it's too much, or if it's going too deep for you, or if it's bringing up things that, we have lives, we're busy. Like I can't be like having a post-traumatic stress disorder every day if that's what it's not saying that's what it's going to do, but I'm just saying sometimes it can, because it's going far and deep and back, like good past lives. It could be really like not even just from this life, like stuff that's like deep-seated, like within the soul. If it's going to bring that up, sometimes it might be a little bit sensitive.
Definitely. Yeah,
I've had that with certain crystals. That's like I can't walk around with this crystal outside. I can't wear this crystal outside because I might have an emotional breakdown.
Yeah. They are powerful, you guys.
Yeah.
Super, super powerful. Anything else we want to add to Virgo before we move on?
This is I feel like this kit is a very deep healing kit. So again, if you need a remedy for physical healing, especially maybe trauma healing, or just getting into emotional balance too with the Amazonite and the red jasper, then definitely I would say that this combo, or at least one of these stones, are a good way to start.
Definitely. Love it. Okay. And next we move to the highest earth sign, our Capricorns, the goats of the zodiac. And I love this kit. I love this combination for the Capricorns. Black onyx, petrified wood, and scolecite. That's one that maybe not everybody has heard before, unless you're a very major Christie lover. That's one that on the rare side, but very, very powerful one. Wow. I've got my scolecite in Canada, so haven't worked with it in a while.
Yeah. Me and scolecite are like, I can take it or leave it. Sometimes I'm like into it. Sometimes I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
This kit is very weird compared to the other earth sign kits. It's very dynamic. And I think that's like my favorite word to use to describe Capricorn, is like they're very dynamic. Like I feel like kind of what you're going to get with a Capricorn, but at the same time you don't, because each Capricorn is so different and they have a lot to offer. And I feel like they'll always surprise you, which is kind of interesting because they're earth signs. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I feel like, the highest vibration of each of the elemental signs, I think, are very unique in those elemental groups. And there's almost like a very magical, ethereal quality, like magical creature quality to them. And not saying that all the other signs don't have that. Yes, David Bowie.
He's right here staring at me.
A Capricorn, for sure. And Elvis.
Yeah. Same birthday.
And Mel Manson, lots of
Dolly
Capricorns, very
Parton, a
same.
lot
Dolly
of
Parton.
performers, a lot of like flamboyant performers, which is interesting. You wouldn't think that Capricorns are flamboyant, but they really can be. Nicolas Cage,
Mhm.
Marilyn Manson.
Yep.
It's kinda interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting, and they are very unique, that's for
Mhm,
sure.
mhm,
So, black onyx, this is an interesting one that we picked for the Capricorns. I think it's one of the more intense black crystal. I find the energy to be very not in a, like, negative way, but it's almost like no bullshit. You get no bullshit with black onyx, which is very Capricorn-like.
mhm.
It does what it does. It's very, very powerful. All about, it is a black crystal, so very much about protection and grounding and letting go, but it's also specifically for discipline, right? And really getting your head together to get things done and focused as
Yeah.
well. So I love this one.
It removes distractions. Actually, when you were talking about its intensity, I just had a memory that I haven't had, and I haven't even thought about this since it's happened. But the last time that I actually wore black onyx, I was maybe like 17. I had like a black onyx necklace that I made. And I remember I was in my high school boyfriend at the time, his basement. And I remember, and it's so weird because my head's actually starting to feel like this. This is so weird. I had a headache. I had like this weird headache. And I was like, why do I feel like this? This is so like, it felt really weird in my head. And I took off the black onyx and I felt like as soon as I took it off, like I released like all this stuff. So I feel like black onyx actually really is a protection stone that
Mhm,
when you're working with it, be mindful like how much you're working with it. And it could be something that maybe you want to cleanse more often or have on you for a certain amount of time, but then take it off, maybe
mhm,
you could put it in like your plant, like a planter soil. If you have or put it outside, I when you're not using it,
yeah,
I feel like put it back into the earth so the earth can take what it's been doing for you, the work that it's been doing for you, the protection, the things that it's been absorbing, because like Meg said, it's
mhm,
very intense. It's all about discipline, it's all about doing the hard work, it's all about removing distractions. And it's funny because chastity is a keyword that we used here. It's sometimes our earthly desires can be very distracting and it can take us away from what our work or our mission is, and we can spend more time trying to get off when
yeah,
we should be working or taking that out. It especially eliminating what's the word, eliminating possibilities with people that maybe aren't the best partner for us, that maybe aren't
yes,
on the same vibration or wavelength as us. Yeah, you might feel an attraction to them and it might be very overwhelming, but that's where the black onyx would come in to like kind of cut that and make you see, okay,
mhm,
that's just a physical pleasure. That's not something that's actually going to help me in the long term. And it's actually taking time away from something that's more important to me.
mm,
Does that
I
make
love
sense?
that makes total sense.
Which is
It's
interesting because that boyfriend that I had at the time was a distraction and wasn't a good connection for me and was taking time away from me learning more about the crystals
yeah. If
or doing
black
anything.
Yeah, it feels so different than all the other black crystals that I've ever worked with. It's very unique,
Yeah.
very, very unique in its frequency. So, it doesn't mess around, that's for sure. Okay, petrified wood, very different energy and vibration to the black onyx. That's a special one because for those of you who don't know, petrified wood is literally petrified wood. So oh, let's bring up the Christy cam here. You know, petrified wood is ancient,
It
right?
is.
And Capricorn actually in astrology rules ancient energy or old souls or history, historical artifacts, things like that. And old objects or things like petrified wood, or even a lot of the crystals are old. They take a very long time to grow, right? That it helps us to reinvigorate and activate our cellular memory. And I really feel like that with the petrified wood. It's like very DNA activating,
Mhm.
uh, opens up your cellular memory, very healing as well, can help us to look into past lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a fossil that's been turned into an agate or like chalcedony crystal. So it's actual, they're trees, they're woods. There's a petrified wood forest in Arizona. We should go there. We haven't been there.
Go. Yes.
And the petrified wood from, they're mostly the ones that you see on the market mostly are from Madagascar, and approximately they say that they're anywhere from like 250 to like 60 million years old.
Wow.
But yeah, that's again another stone of longevity. It's been on the planet for possibly millions of years. I really like the thing that I really like about it is that it could probably or definitely help you connect the dots with our real true history. For example, somebody brought up Tartaria before.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much petrified wood. It's like, okay, obviously these trees are giant, magnificent beings that lasted this long if they've been turned into fossils. And if you know about Tartaria and the mud flood, like all that kind of stuff, if you want to go down that route, it can definitely teach you about the origins and the history, the true history of our Earth. And yourself, like you said, you're talking about the DNA. Like all fossils, definitely, and like crystallized fossils have that that vibe. And the wood, especially, is just very grounding and supportive. And wood is also something that we use to create warmth. So it's like a starting point. It's something that you can rely on. Yeah. You can make houses. You could make anything with wood. So it's like a starting point. It really is. So if you want to go back to the beginning of who you are and what we are, a petrified wood, I mean, on Earth at least, petrified wood's a good place to start for sure. Very Capricorn, very
I love that.
Responsible, growth. Yeah. Again, karma. A lot of these earth stones have a lot to do with karma for sure.
Yeah. And they're all like and I'm not saying any of the Christies or stones are BS, but all these Capricorn ones feel like very, they know who they are. There's no bullshit. It's very strong. It's very directed energy to help you be empowered. Right. So cool. Tree wisdom. Love that. And then scolecite is a very different energy, very different one that we have in the Capricorn kit. Isn't that one of like the crystals of the age of Aquarius? Who was it that said that? One of the crystal authors created that term, like the crystals for the age of Aquarius or the Ascension crystals. Do you know what I'm thinking of?
No, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It makes sense.
Yeah. Which that's just one person's perspective, but that did really resonate with me when I saw that. Robert Simmons, he like channeled that there's 12 crystals that are kind of like the crystals that can help us activate into the age of Aquarius. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, scolecite is one of those.
Oh, cool.
Very high vibration. That's one of those really high vibration ones for sure that you want to be mindful of driving, having on you.
I feel like it's not overwhelming though, but it's definitely like, okay, so in its raw form, I don't know if you want to bring up a picture. It grows in these like fans, these prismatic long crystal fans, and they resemble like crystallized angel wings, kind of, if you want to say that. And it's actually part of the zeolite family too. There's a few different popular crystals, gemstones that are in a family called zeolite. So it is considered a zeolite. And all zeolites are very, very much have to do with higher consciousness and spirituality. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if that crystal healer channeled that it's a stone for the age of Aquarius for sure, because it's bringing in like the angelic wisdom, the light that we can anchor on the planet to show us like how we can love each other, how we can actually love ourselves. Like it helps us go within. So it's like, it's not even just about what's for the greatest good. You can only find out what is for the greatest good if you are finding out what's for your greatest good. Because if you're not in alignment with your mission and you're not putting that onto the planet and setting out that frequency, you're taking away the opportunity for others to do that as well. So it's kind of like a stone that you can gain inspiration from the higher realms to figure out, okay, how am I going to step up to lead and inspire others? by doing what's required, or the not just required of me, but what God has called me to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's
pretty intense, I guess.
It's it's not I've never been overwhelmed by it though.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's kind of like the emerald. You said you never were overwhelmed by emerald. It's like very soothing and supporting, and it's true. It does have a very high vibration, and it's intense in the way that it works and how powerful it is, but it's not intense where it's going to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's
also
really hard to explain like how energy works and finding the right words, because this is all very metaphysical. So sometimes it's just hard to like even explain what the heck we're talking about. But it's just like, if you guys feel it, you feel it. Hopefully you guys are feeling it.
If you get it, you get it.
Yeah,
for sure. And that one I also really love too, for like spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, like it says there, dream recall, channel, all that. Very supportive for all of that as well.
Yeah, good stone to sleep with. This is a good stone to have like in any like healing space too. If you do like energy healing, Reiki, crystal healing, sound healing. If you're a physical therapist at all, like even like acupuncture, that kind of stuff, massage therapy, it's just like a good stone to have in healing spaces for sure, because it's like you're channeling the higher divine light and anchoring it and sharing it and spreading it, because it's like a fan. Yeah,
love it. Well, anything else we want to say? We're getting to the hour mark here. Anything else we want to share with Capricorn? What are some of that we kind of harped on for Virgo a lot? What were some of the issues? What would be issues for Capricorn, do you think?
Control.
Yeah.
Having to be in control. But I mean, Virgo's kind of like that too. I mean, probably there's a lot of similarities between the signs, but yeah, Capricorns can be manipulative, controlling, like over the top sometimes.
Yeah.
Or something I've noticed about Capricorns, Meg has a Capricorn moon. My mom has a Capricorn moon. Sometimes what I've noticed, I don't know if it's just Capricorn moon or Capricorns in general, but sometimes I've noticed that when they're feeling something or they're noticing something and it's like really affecting them, it's like affecting them very intensely, and they like need to have other people like match that intensity with them. And it's like, if people like, it's like, I don't know, it's not on purpose. It's like an expectation of like everybody has to be like on board with what I'm feeling right now, or else like you're crazy or something. It's like it's like and maybe that's where like manipulation could come in too, because that's kind of like emotionally manipulative. It's like, just because you're feeling something like that intensely doesn't mean everybody else has to either. Right. That's where my Aquarius moon, sometimes when I'm hanging out with Meg and Meg gets into like a Meggy mood, sometimes I'm like, no, I totally detach, because when something's like really intense like that, my instinct with having an Aquarius moon is like to totally like just detach from that and be like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I can help you see like a higher perspective and like help you through like this intense like feeling right now. but sometimes it's hard. It's hard for, especially with the Scorpio that you have too. Sometimes it's hard for you guys to process, like, it doesn't have to be that intense, and there's ways to get around it and making it better. And it's like, sometimes you don't want to even hear that. It's like, no, I feel like this, and this is the way it is. It's like, okay, I get it, but we can find ways around that.
Right. Yeah. It's opposite to Cancer, right? True, which is the emotions.
Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest issues for Capricorn is processing their emotions.
True.
Right.
And
to where
outbursts. I've noticed that like a lot of outbursts will have like an anger issue or outbursts like that. Yeah.
Because they don't properly process things in the moment. That's one of my issues with my moon in Capricorn. And also being really hard on themselves, extremely hard on themselves. Yeah, I think this crystal kit is supportive in that. Like the black onyx, almost like, no, you're doing a good job. You do have your shit together. Look at the goals. Look at what you're doing, right? And then the scolosite being like, remember to also do self-care. Remember to also honor that spiritual side. It's not all about work. It's not all about accomplishment.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we love you Cappies out there. We love all our earth signs.
Yes.
Out there. So
we didn't harp on the Tauruses at all. Let's talk shit about them.
Go back. Oh my god.
Okay, the Tauruses
Yeah.
wanted to say, oh, they're so perfect that it's just hard for any of us to just compete with them. No, I'm just kidding. That's what you want to hear, Taurus.
Yeah.
They're
Taurus,
always right. I'm just kidding.
Taurus does not like change.
No.
They don't like change and they can be stuck.
Yeah.
And they can be really stubborn. And I am a Taurus rising. We can be stubborn as fuck.
Yeah.
Where it's this.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's
and
like,
it takes,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it can take a long time to get out of this and go, oh, there was that option, that over there, this over there. It wasn't just that one thing
Tunnel vision
that felt good at first that I attached to the feeling of feeling good.
Yeah, tunnel vision, I guess.
Mhm.
And also just wanting to be right. And again, the earthly thing of wanting to be in control. All of the earth signs have want to be in control. And sometimes I don't feel like this with you. Maybe sometimes, I don't know, not as bad as if somebody had like a Taurus sun or a Taurus moon. Is like sometimes literally like for me with Taurus, like it sometimes it's like I'm talking to a brick wall. It's just like they're not hearing it. They don't give a shit.
Right.
It's like it's not even like I'm trying to change anybody. I'm just trying to get through to the person, and it's like they're just no, because they didn't think about it themselves. They have to. A Taurus has to decide within themselves first before they do anything. Even if it was like something that you suggested to them like 10 years ago, really good idea. I have this really good idea. I think this would be great for you to do. Think whatever, just suggestions. No, 10 years later, 5 years later, 2 years later, they process that exact same idea and then they do it all of a sudden. It's like
that's so true.
Okay.
That is very true.
They take things at their own pace for sure. I feel bad about talking shit about Tauruses, but another thing I noticed about Tauruses is they like have a really hard time admitting when they are wrong, and apologizing is something that can be like kind of difficult for them. Not all of them, but a lot of them I've noticed like they like again talking to a brick wall. Like there's no way around it. If they don't decide it within themselves, if they're not like processing that within themselves, it's like there's nothing. It's like agree to disagree, basically. That's how stubborn they are.
It's the bull.
Yeah.
Right? It's you can get everything you need to know about the sign by just looking at, okay, what is the symbol? What is the archetype? The bull. You can't walk up to a bull. Try walking up to a bull. I've been living in Belgium the past few years. Try walking up to a bull and see what's going to happen to you. They're actually going to attack. Taurus, they will attack.
Yeah.
Right? No, you're wrong. La 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 la. So it's interesting because even though it's a really feel good sign, very much connected to the earth, and is the sign that actually rules the earth out of all the signs, Mother Earth. Very interesting. There is I mean, every sign has its shadow side, right? It can be scary actually. Tauruses can be scary actually with their horns.
Yeah.
And how big their energy can get, like the bull. When something doesn't feel good, bam. Here in Belgium, I've had a couple times where a bull has been fenced in. It's not like it's been free, but it's charged.
I think I was with you one time.
Were you with me one time?
We were walking like by the polders. We were walking back from Zoinkerke. And it was dark. And then all of a sudden we heard like and like a charge, and we were like, what the hell? And it was just like staring at us, and we're like, okay, bye.
Yeah. That's scary, dude.
It was scary because I was like,
when you have a bull charging at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tauruses, we love Tauruses, but there is a shadow side to all of it. And it's important to mention, right? So if somebody's got, what would you say, Sunny, if some like a sun, moon, rising Taurus, or somebody has a lot of Taurus in particular in the chart, what would you suggest as a remedy? Is there a crystal kit we could suggest as a remedy? Is there certain crystals that you would suggest for that?
Maybe because it's on the same wavelength as it's fixed, I would say like maybe Leo.
Yeah.
To maybe open up, expand more. Although, okay, So what I like about why I'm saying Leo is because it's more of like that solar energy. So it's like more fun and like out there and masculine, and Taurus is feminine. Although I wouldn't want it to like feed to the ego. But I don't know if water really would be the best for something like for when we're talking about like their rigidity and their stubbornness.
I feel like fire can help.
Yeah, so
I feel like fire, it gets the energy
so
moving.
any of the Firestone kits for sure. Definitely more on the Leo or the Aries, I would say. But I would say maybe Leo because it's still like kind of in that frequency. It can the Taurus can understand because it's fixed. It's funny because I was thinking about that last time. We didn't talk about it, but for Aries, like the crystal kit remedy, I would say for Aries would be Cancer, because again, it's something that the Aries can understand because it's cardinal. It's still about leadership. It's still about like getting things done, but it's more attuned to like the emotions and the empathy. So I think that's interesting. I didn't even like really correlate that, like the modalities, like different kits within your sign, or your sign's modality, I think would be a good remedy, because it's something that you can still understand. It's not like something super foreign. It's still coming from like an energy that you can work with. For example, Taurus and Leo are fixed.
Yeah, exactly.
So bringing in that fire, that more of that positivity, like lightening up a bit.
Lighten up the vibe. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for today's Beyond Crystals. Next week, we're going to talk about the fire signs.
The
crystals.
Air signs.
Oh, the air signs. Sorry, the air signs. We already did the fire signs. Oh my God. The air signs. And
the communication will be clearer.
Yeah, I think we're doing this on a full moon in Sagittarius with a bunch of crazy aspects. So.
And my head actually like hurts all of a sudden too. Like since we've started, like my headache has like, I mean, I've gotten a headache and it's like increasingly getting worse as we're doing this.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's really weird. It's probably the full moon.
Yeah, we're doing this in a full moon. So hope you guys are all doing well out there. And also, Janine and I have a new workshop coming up over on the Beyond Mystic Academy, opening up the psychic senses part 3. You can go check that out on the Beyond Mystic Academy. And also later today, in just less than an hour. Yeah, in less than an hour, JC and Janine will be live for the Insider Access Pass Beyond the News on the Beyond Mystic platform. And yeah, if you'd like to get an Astro Crystal Kit, if you'd like to support our work, you can go check out thescorplingshop.com. Thank you so much to everyone that's been supporting us so far. We are getting your packages in divine timing as fast as possible. We really appreciate all your patience. And yeah, any closing remarks, Sunny?
Thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any questions, how we can improve. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your patience too if you ordered a crystal kit. And thank you for your support.
Yeah, for sure. We will see you all next week. Have a beautiful full moon.
Bye.
Bye.